I was gonna work on a cute intro, but yeah, we're just gonna get started. Hey guys, it's Mystic Magic aka Mika here, and as you saw from the previous clip, in today's video I'll be showing you how I personally customize some disposable cups. Now please keep in mind there are many ways you can customize cups. This is personally just the way I do it and how I get ideas to what exactly I put on the cups. So if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It would be very much appreciated. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy. So first of all, I got 2 packs of cups here, which is 4 cups in total that we have to get opened. Nailed it. Wow, look at that. It's in hyperlapse. Wow, I'm opening cups and this amazing. Wow. And here we go. Here are all 4 cups set up with their lids and everything. Now, I could just customize some like Starbucks disposable cups, but I didn't want to spend that much money on something I may or may not ruin. So for 2 for $1, I got these in my local Dollar General and they end up working just great. But first, as you can see, they all have this little take it to go sign on them. And I want to completely make these cups look different. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to cover the whole cup in paint just to kind of cover up the sign. And I'm going to go more into detail with what exactly I'm going to do with the cups, like as I work on them. But basically, the base coat for both of these is black, so without further ado, what? Did that just happen? Did these cups that I painted all black just randomly, by the power of editing, appear in my hands? Yeah, I know. It wasn't the best editing, but I tried, okay? And isn't that what counts? Anyway, it's these babies' turns, and these are going all white. So without further ado, ignore those 2 cups right there. And here we are. I got rid of the logo so you no longer see that, and it's all white. So to begin, I have a container of Mod Podge next to me, and I'm going to do this on every cup to seal the paint. And what that basically does is it makes sure that the paint stays on and it's not as easy to peel off. Now, in terms of design, inspiration really can come from everywhere. I know that sounds like some cheesy thing on like a poster, but it's honestly true. For example, I was drinking a Coca-Cola and I was like, wow, there's so many different types of Coca-Cola and they're like associated with polar bears and that could be cute. So I came with this design where I have like a Coca-Cola bottle and then like Coca-Cola, polar bears, Christmas, snow. So I made 2 presents, one for Diet Coke and Coke Zero to represent the other types of Coke. And that's what you see me doing throughout this hyperlapse. Now, it's very important to note that even though you put the seal, the paint still comes off very easily with like 1 coat. And what I mean by 1 coat is you're going to need multiple coats to get like a solid color of whatever color you're painting with. So make sure with the first coat and maybe even the second coat, you're very careful to not damage. But I know it happens. It's happened to me a few times. If you do damage the paint, even though it's may take a while, get the color that you peeled off and just reapply another coat. And yeah, all you can really do is be careful. And if you mess up, try your best to adjust. And another thing I used in this cup and could be very helpful is, as you can see, I have my laptop to the side there, which I use to look up pictures of Coca-Cola bottles and the logo as a reference. I used a reference for, well, it's kind of in the definition, but the reference is so that I can try to make the design as realistic to the real thing as I possibly can. And another piece of advice that I have received from a lot of people is take your time. Don't try to rush it and get it done, because more than likely, if you rush it, it's gonna not turn out the best. Now keep in mind, you may take your time and it may still not come out looking like you wanted it to. It happens. Nobody's perfect, and I know for a fact this design has some flaws, but here it is. Here's the cup. I think it came out pretty good, and overall it was my second favorite. I added some dots at the top for a vintage look. Now for all of these cups, I used acrylic paint, and I am aware that there are better paints to use when painting cups, especially of these types, but I'm using what I have. And if you Mod Podge it from at the start and at the end, the paint will stay for a long time, and from my experience, it won't come off unless you're trying to get the paint off. Now, a question that I personally wondered before I started painting these cups was, where do I begin? I have these designs, I have all these colors I want to use. What would be the best place to start? And in my experience, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, go with what you feel is right and work from there. And in terms of inspiration for this cup, I went with the work with what I know and reference. As you can see with the laptop again, I was eating chips when coming up with this idea, so I thought of a collage of multiple chips, and as you can see by the little lid there, I tried going with Netflix and YouTube because chips are snacks and people technically usually eat snacks when they're binge watching videos or movies on either of those platforms. And here it is. Overall, I would say this is my least favorite as it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to. But overall, I think it's okay, and I love the attention to detail. For this next design, I used a tape to try to make some straight lines, and that's why you can see that M there. I tried to recreate it. Now, I went for design that's used very often, and I can see why. I went for the whole personalized, my name starts with an M, my YouTube channel's name starts with an M, and I thought it would be cute. And as for the rest of the design, I just took the white paint and went around the M and kind of just had fun with it. Whatever shape or squiggly line I felt was right, I kind of went with it. And I applied the same style for the lid here. Now, like I said earlier, things might not go as planned. The plan was to take off this tape and it would look really nice. But in reality, the paint stuck, and then you could reveal what used to be there behind the paint. So that's why there's some off-camera shots of me having a little freak-out moment. But then I was like, well, that's just life sometimes. So as I got some black paint and covered up the oopsie area, and yeah, I tried to make it look as if nothing happened, and I think it turned out okay. You can still tell that there's a little bit of mistakes in some places, but I think the black and especially the white to make it look as if the M was closed this whole time does help. And I apologize for a lot of off-camera shots. I was kind of having a freak-out moment, which you shouldn't have if something messes up, but it happens to all of us. Here it is. I think it looks cute. It's a cute personalized cup, and honestly, I had fun. So, fingers crossed. I'm really hoping this next one is my favorite, and I have a feeling it will be. So, here's the cup that I'm going to customize next. And as you can see, it's about 3 to 4 years ago where I first started getting into painting, and some of my first works, and I don't know exactly why, but I really like it, like just the colors and the lines. And I know this by all means isn't like perfect or great, and there's like lines everywhere that don't exactly meet up, but the point is, I love this painting, and I was like, hey, taking inspiration from something, another piece of work I've already did, so I'm gonna try to get this pattern on this cup. Now for this found design, I'm not going to talk as much as I did in the other video, and this is where I'm going to give the biggest piece of advice that I've heard from a lot of people in terms of mostly anything. It's just go for it. If you're afraid to customize something, just go for it. You'll never know how it will turn out unless you try. If you do mess up, try again, learn from your mistakes. I know I personally have, and keep on going with it. Now for the rest until the end, I'm just gonna listen to this nice music, which I got for free, of course. And here it is, the final of the cups, and honestly, I can say this is my favorite. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Bye!